Hi everybody, I'm sorry I can't make it there in person, but I wanted to put this video together for you and share it with you at the speakers event this evening down there at IU. Thanks for having me. I'm Joe Paget. I'm the Executive Director of Relegalize Indiana. And what we are is a political action committee, the first of its kind in Indiana, that has come together. It's an effort to make a political impact on the situation in Indiana as far as medical marijuana and full legalization. Our stated goal is full legalization eventually, but we realize it's a conservative state and things have to be done differently here. We want to begin with getting people used to letting our patients have access to medical marijuana. It's an important subject. It's something that Indiana is uniquely suited for dealing with. Eli Lilly used to be a leader in the field of cannabis therapeutics at the turn of the last century, and they're poised to be that again. They still have the cannabis americana strains in their seed banks, and they still have access to all the old formulas and things from that era back before things became illegal. And so we feel that Indiana has a unique place in the history of cannabis therapeutics. Some of our top scientists are working on cannabis therapeutics. Dr. Louis Limburg from Eli Lilly has devoted much of his career to cannabis therapeutics and the pursuit of cannabinoid therapies. And I think in the emerging bioscience field that's so critical to the future of Indiana, that a lot of our top scientists that want access to research this would support a change in policy, and we've been finding this to be true. One of the things that Relegalize Indiana does is we build political support by reaching out to the academic communities and the business communities and other communities such as that for people to help support our causes. This year we've been pushing for Senate Bill 192, which is the marijuana study bill. It's tied up in the Indiana House right now. We've been talking a lot about that this year. It's a study that would take a look at all of the current laws relating to marijuana in Indiana and make recommendations to next year's General Assembly as to what to do about them, whether we should legalize and tax and regulate, or legalize just for medical purposes, or if we want to decriminalize, maybe reduce sentences and maybe divert people from going to prison for being in possession of a less than an ounce. There's all kinds of options that are available that are common sense resolutions to these issues that have been successful in other states, and we want this study committee this summer to take a look at all of these things and make a full report to the legislature so that they can make some decisions next year. Next year we're going to make a big push for a medical marijuana bill. We've already talked about it with some legislators, and there are some people that are receptive to working with us on this. So we will be pushing for a medical marijuana bill next year. And we're going to need your support. We're going to need your help. Everybody's going to have to keep writing letters to the leaders in the General Assembly. I can't stress this enough. This has been the key this year. Nobody had heard from any of us until we started pushing them this year. Until they started getting emails, phone calls, and faxes from us. They didn't know we were out here. They didn't know, and they are very surprised to hear from us. And it's had an impact. I've heard from several legislators and some of their assistants and people that are in the know that have said until we showed up knocking on their doors and talking to them, they didn't know that there was support for this sort of thing, and they're shocked and they're surprised in a good way. So keep talking to them. Keep getting hold of your legislators, your Indiana House members, your Indiana Senate members. Talk to your city councilman if you live in a city. Talk to your county council if you live in a rural area. Talk to anybody that's in a position of political power and let them know that you support drug policy reform, and specifically cannabis reform. And be sure to use the word cannabis. We've been stressing this to everybody this year. If you change the debate and you put it on our terms, use the word cannabis instead of marijuana, then you force them to think for a second and think in a new frame. And so when you put them in that new frame, you're not talking about marijuana or weed, you're talking about cannabis. And when you're talking about cannabis, it's science. So start using scientific terminology that you're comfortable with. Talk about cannabinoids. Explain about the endocannabinoid system. They don't know about the endocannabinoid system. When they hear that all mammals have an endocannabinoid system, including our dogs and cats, they freak out. They don't know this. They have no idea that it's that natural of a substance for us. So educate. That's what my message is to you. Educate everyone you know. Get yourself educated. There's lots of resources online. Right here on YouTube, there's video after video. You've seen them all. So get yourself educated. Start educating your friends, neighbors, loved ones, family members, and anyone that you know that would benefit from a little research. So for the future, what we got going on, we've got the Indiana Cannabis Awards on April 19th. We hope everyone will come out for that. Be sure and come out to the Vogue in Indianapolis on Tuesday, April 19th. That's next Tuesday. We're going to be giving out all kinds of awards, and we'd love to see you there. Come on out. $15 are tickets are $15 in advance. Get them at Ticketmaster or at the Vogue, and they're $20 day of show. So come on out and join us. We'll be having a good time. Then on 420, we're going to be doing the 420 walking rally. This is the second annual one this year. It was a great success last year. We had about 50 people show up, and it was a good time. We walked all along Market Street last year. We're going to do a different route this year. We're going to meet at the Veterans Memorial Plaza on Michigan Street between Pennsylvania and Meridian, right across from the north steps of the War Memorial. We're going to gather there on that south lawn, and then we're going to take a stroll down Pennsylvania and then a stroll along Ohio over to Capitol and down to the State House steps, where we'll then go inside the State House and have a day of lobbying with our legislators. So come on out on 420. We're going to meet at noon at the Veterans Memorial Plaza South Lawn. So come on out and join us and march for your rights. That's it. We've got the Global Marijuana March May 7th at High on the Hill. Beyond that, we're planning a car show. Keep in tune to our Facebook page and Twitter feed and website for more details about the car show. And we got some more stuff coming up this summer that we're going to be announcing soon. So be sure and stay friendly with us on Facebook and everywhere else. And we'll see you out at the next thing soon. Thanks.